that we've done in a pilot with Yara International this year. It's moving faster in the research part. It's moving faster when it comes to, getting the right network that Yara has a ton of. So it moves faster. So this is something that we want to continue exploring. Secondly, not sure what that is, expand program to new continents and create a platform online for basically having a larger scale of what we're doing online. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we want to hear from the people that are making this event possible. So
amazing ideas. And I must say, I was on the jury last year as well. And this year, as also Didrik mentioned, I think the quality of the ideas and the readiness of some of these concepts has improved and is great. So we heard about plant to plant and leaf up, addressing, packaging, sustainable farming. We heard about Invicta and Farm Ease really helping farmers or refugees participating in the economy, and several other very good ideas. So I must say, really take the opportunity to walk around this great evening, and I'm sure there will be time for beer and wine, whatever you want to do. So that's my first recommendation. As I mentioned, last year I was also on the jury, and this is kind of a maneuver trying to do something, but let me just take off my jacket, because just kidding. But this T-shirt, that was actually a prototype from last year. So I was so fortunate to buy one of the samples. It's one of the ventures that's really moved forward, and I'm sure it's possible to buy T-shirts today as well. I just don't know where. Anyway, that was a great experience, and it was so inspiring that we decided in Storebrand that we will join as a partner this year. And why did we do that? Well, firstly, I think it's kind of the obligation you have as a large corporate to contribute and give back to society. And there are few better projects than this to give back to. So you're really welcome to YSI. Secondly, I think participating in these things make people that work in Storebrand proud of what we're doing. And I think it's noticed and people want to work for Storebrand. So it's also a smart thing if we want to attract talented people. And thirdly, we also had a couple of teams working closely with us, addressing some of our very specific issues when it comes to reporting on sustainable investments. And that was also a great idea and some clear takeaways from that. So those were the three reasons, and I really must say you scored on all three. So that's a great experience. I can recommend it. And Storebrand has been in the sustainable investment space for close to 20 years now. So this is really at the core, and we really believe, it's not only the smart thing to do to save and invest in a sustainable manner, but also the right thing to do, of course. The most inspiring thing today has not been the ideas. It's been to watch how engaged, how dedicated people in YSI and the projects team have been. Really inspiring, and it's inspiring to see you as well. And this morning I left them with a recommendation. I came back from China on Sunday actually, and one of the slogans I brought with me was "Dream bigger, build faster." And I think that's very appropriate for what we're trying to do here. So thank you for the opportunity to be a partner.
And then from our other awesome partner, Yara International, please give a big hand for VP Sustainability Programs and Global Projects in Yara International, Ellen Rasmussen.
Good afternoon, everyone. Looking out here, looking at the optimism, the creativity, the speed of the work, I think that there could be no better way to start a weekend. And I'm sure that it must be the same for YSI and for the teams that have been working so hard for such a long time to really culminate it all with this beautiful setting here. The structure and the discipline that YSI have established, combined with the innovative approach and the energy and the audacity that you find in the team, has been an incredible combination, given extraordinary results, and I think we should give them all a round of applause. To explain a bit why did Yara join YSI as a partner, I'd like to just say a few words about Yara, the company that I represent. So Yara was established 115 years ago, the first fertilizer plant here in Norway. Since then, we are now in 60 countries across the globe. We sell our products in 160 countries. So everything should be set for a bright future, right? Well, there are huge challenges. Challenges that the whole agriculture sector, the whole planet is facing. So we know that the population is going to grow to maybe 9.5, 10 billion people, and they need to be fed. We have the climate change, and we know that agriculture sector contributes to 25% of all the greenhouse gas emissions, if you include the land use change or the deforestation. You have the challenges with the biodiversity, with the water scarcity, with the soil erosion. And also encompassing all this, you have the digitalization of the society, which is truly changing a lot of the frame for how we operate. So yes, the picture is quite challenging, but we are going to add another 100 years to the company. We want to be a leader in the change needed. We have as an ambition to be the crop nutrition company for the future, and we have said we're going to be climate neutral by 2050. But of course, we don't have all the answers, by no means, how we're going to get there. The only thing we know for sure, we cannot do it alone. So here comes YSI into the picture. So why did we select to work closely with YSI? Well, we have 100 years of business development tradition and experience. And YSI have all the, the innovative, the creativity, the audacity that takes to really make the change. So while we can then help, hopefully these teams to move from ideation and into really structuring a project into a viable business solution, we, on the other hand, can hopefully get some insight from the younger generations and from the global perspective on what could be the solutions, and even help drive those solutions to reality. So how has it been this period for us working with YSI? And I can say that it has been really interesting, really rewarding. My colleague Tisita, who has been working with them on a regular basis, she is all fired up every time she's been discussing with them. And so from that perspective, we have also learned a lot. And I would also like to add that, what comes to my mind is, I wonder if the teams truly understand, truly understand what an achievement it has been to develop that type of project within that type of time frame without ever having met and without meeting during working except for the last 2 weeks. I've been working in global positions in this type of companies for 20 years, and I can tell you, it's so hard work. And to avoid everything falling together, that is a massive, massive and impressive effort that they must have put into that. But of course, it's a lot of help also from the structure that YSI have developed. Everything from selecting the right teams, from putting the structure in place, or the framework to develop the project through continuous support, through deadlines, and really, truly deadlines, no possibility to postpone them. So I would say it's in many ways a perfect parenthood modeling that the guys have developed. So to sum up, we are really, really happy to have been part of the collaboration. We will certainly continue to support the teams. And we also hope that the collaboration have, some of that yes, we can, and the audacity that the team represent has rubbed off a bit of us and will help us to secure that we can celebrate our 200th anniversary as well. So with this, I will just wish everyone a very successful event. Have fun, do good.
All right, before we get started with gathering, the green cash, gode penger, good money, we are just a big thank you for all YSI crew members, volunteers, and everyone that is making this event possible. So now, let me try to explain what is happening. So in Langhuset, you will find Storebrand, Yara, NITO, and Engineers Without Borders in this room. Yeah, in that room, the tent thingy, bazaar, you will find, so there's a lot of people, says I need this. UN students, Coca-Cola, Bright Products, Vestre, and Stiljagi. And you'll find the pop-up bike where there's competitions and cool prizes and a lot of fun stuff going on over there. And then, last but not least. Actually, both of that, like they're last and they're actually like smallest. But inside of here are our amazing startups from the YSI 2019 batch. The whole point for you is to interact with the different organizations, startups, and businesses. They'll have something for you to do, to drink, to try out. And once you've done this activity, you'll get cash. Keep it because you're going to invest that in the startups that you believe in later on. Does that make sense? Okay, that's awesome. So if you can turn up the music and everybody make them run so that they have to run back and just go into the rooms and interact, and we'll be back here for the pitches at 19:30. Woo! Go!